Hiya, welcome to Darren in the Studio. Thanks again for swinging by for another video. This is going to be our January roundup of things that I've been purchasing over the last month, since December of last year. And I'll be honest with you, up until about, I don't know, a few days ago, the weekend, I'm recording this on a Wednesday 31st of January 2024, and up until sort of like Saturday morning just gone, this was going to be a four album video. It was very, very thin on the ground, but we went into town and we did some of the charity shops and the second-hand shops, and I got really lucky. I think sometimes it's always good to sort of, with the charity shops and the second-hand shops, come the new year, people are getting rid of a lot of stuff, and you do tend to drop on some really great things. So I've got a really nice collection of vinyl and CDs here to show for you. These are things, like I said, that I've been buying throughout January. And also this collection is a really good representation of the kind of music that I like to listen to. There's a bit of everything in here. There really is a nice sort of mix of music. So let's get on with it, because it's gone from 4 to like 104. It's really gone mental. So everything's in alphabetical order. We're going to start off with metal band Avenged Sevenfold. Picked this up at a charity shop on Saturday. I think it was £2. I actually took a bit of a chance on it because I didn't know whether Marina had this album. She said that she might have it, and it turns out she does. So now we've got 2 copies of this in the house. This is their 2005 album, City of Evil. Some of these albums I had to swap out the cases. I don't think I swapped this one. Really nice condition, £2. Next up, we're going to B. Here's a classic album. I've got a best of the Beach Boys, but this is probably the album that they're most famous for. This is Pet Sounds. This is a reissue with both the mono and the stereo mixes. The mono mixes are listed there on the back. You see that? And then the stereo mixes just repeat after that. I preferred to hear it in stereo. I thought it was better. This is a 2001 remaster of the 1960, is it 1968? This came out 66. I think it's 66. It's on the Capitol label. 2001 remastered Beach Boys, Pet Sounds. Like I say, this is an absolute classic, isn't it? This is one of those albums which, you know, every sort of record collector should really have. I think I paid £2 for that, I think. Next up, we're sticking with B. This is a band that, if I ever see anything of theirs, I always buy it, and I've bought their albums brand new as well when they used to come out. I don't think they record anymore. This is the Beautiful South. I've shown Beautiful South material before. This is their Choke album. I think this was the second album that they put out. This is from 1989, I think. Is it 89? I should really find out first, shouldn't I? No, this is 1990. This is on the Go Discs label. Loads of great songs on here. I love Paul Heaton's writing. It's very dark. If you ever want to hear a kind of pop group, if you will, that are actually very, very dark, his writing is so almost scary. Tonight I Fancy Myself's great. My Book, Let Love Speak Up Itself was a hit. Should Have Kept My Eyes Shut. I've Come From My Award. A Little Time is on here, which was one of their early hits. Really, really great album. I've got this on vinyl. I bought this when it first came out on vinyl, and now I've got the CD of it. I had to swap out the case for a new case, but I've got millions of new cases, so I think I paid £1 for that. Right, next up, first bit of vinyl for you. We're sticking with B again. Somebody who I've bought quite a few of her albums over the last few years. This is Pat Benatar. This is her 1982 album, Get Nervous. I think it's 82. Yeah, it is 1982. Yeah, this is on the Chrysalis label. This is an American import. It's actually been drilled. See that there? When they drill through it to indicate it's a import, and also it's got a sticker which has gone over the original barcode, and a sticker on the side for the new catalogue number. Pat Benatar's Get Nervous. Shadows of the Night is the big hit off this album, but the whole thing itself, the whole album's really good. Nice little crazy picture of Pat and the band on the back there. Great condition, cleaned it up, plays like a brand new record. 1982, Pat Benatar's Get Nervous. Next in our rundown of January's 2024 buys, this is Elvis Castello. This is 1992, I think this record came out. 1994, apologise. This is the Brutal Youth album, Elvis Castello. I do like me a bit of Elvis Castello. Nice little original CD. This is on the Warner Brothers label. Nice little booklet. Elvis Castello's Beautiful Youth. Got quite a few of his albums now. Another singer-songwriter from the UK, which just, you know, legendary. This guy writes amazing songs. Next up, here's a classic best of album with an original 10% off marked price sticker. This was 25p, believe it or not. This is The Doors, the greatest hits. This collection was... I don't know when this collection came out. It's far too small for me to see. 1993 or 5, one of the two. The Doors, greatest hits. I've got most of these songs already on CD. In fact, I think I've got all of them on CD. But like I said, it was 25p, so it's worth picking up. Next up, here's a classic, another best of album. This one came out back end of the 90s, 1997 this came out. This is on the MCA label. This is Jimi Hendrix. This is called Experience Hendrix. The very best of Jimi Hendrix. Some classics on here. Purple Haze, Fire, Wind Cries Mary, Hey Joe, All Along the Watchtower, Crosstown Traffic, Manic Depression. Finishes off with Star Spangled Banner and more, of course. Jimi Hendrix. Experience Hendrix. This album, I remember this album coming out, and I just never picked it up because there was like 2 albums, best ofs came out at very similar times, and I think I picked the other one up instead. I got a couple of 3 Jimi Hendrix best ofs. This was £2. Next up, here's another album which I remember came out and I just never bought it, but I remember hearing the promotional interviews on the radio and some of the songs that they picked up. This is Elton John and Leon Russell together. This album's called The Union. Really, really nice album, this. This is one of those albums where if I ever see any more Leon Russell material, I shall pick it up. I understand, I might be wrong, but I think Leon Russell passed away just a couple of years ago. This came out, I think this is a 2000s, yeah, 2010 this came out. It's on the Mercury Rocket label. Elton John, Leon Russell, The Union. Again, really nice condition. Paid £2 for this album. Okay, next up, we're going for an album which I originally bought on CD when it came out. And this was first issued as a budget release on the Universal Music label through Mercury Records. This is Kiss. This album's called Icon. This is the Walmart special silver splatter version of it. I'll show you the vinyl. I'm getting used to handling records again with my broken hand. Nice sort of splatter of this. Like I said, this came out a good few years ago now, just on CD, and I picked it up at a budget store that we have here in the UK called The Range. I don't think they do CDs anymore, and I think the CD of this cost me about £2 or something like that, $2.99, and there's got some classic Kiss on here. It's basically from 74 to about 79, something like that. Just classic early Kiss as the track listing, same as it is on the front. The artwork is non-existent. There's nothing on the inner sleeve. The vinyl version doesn't cost $2.99. The vinyl version costs quite a bit more. This is brand new out, by the way. Originally, it came out in 2010, and this is the 2023 final reissue Walmart exclusive splatter vinyl. That's brand new, that one, by the way. That's a new release. Next up, someone else who I've got quite a few of his albums, and I found this album and it was £1. This one, another £1 purchase. This is Lenny Kravitz and his Mama Said album. This came out, I'm thinking, back end of the 80s. Sorry, 1991. I'm always a couple of 3 years out, aren't I? Mama Said got some big hits on here. Always on the Runs on here. Stand By My Woman. It Ain't Over Till It's Over. Some really great tracks on here. Mama Said, Lenny Kravitz, nice little original on the Virgin label. £2. I think it was either £2 or £1. That. Next up, here's a replacement CD. I've already got this, but I've only got a CDR copy of it. And I always said, I don't know about you, but if you have a CDR copy of something and you see an original of it, you've got to have it, haven't you? This is an original release of John Lennon's compilation Legend. This has been out a good few years now. This is 1997. Legend. Nice little collection, not just hits, but this has got sort of some album tracks on here as well. Of course, the biggies are on here. Imagine, Instant Karma, Jealous Guy, Cold Turkey, Mind Games, Whatever Gets You Through the Night, Working Class Heroes on here as well. Happy Xmas, War Is Over, Give Peace a Chance, you know the deal. John Lennon, Legend. Nice little original on the, I want to say EMI. Yes, it is EMI, on the EMI label. This was £2. Next up, another band who I've got quite a few of their albums, but I've never owned this one. This is Oasis and their Be Here Now album. Again, this cost me, I think this was £1 or £2, something like that. I had to swap out the case. I had to change the case because the case was absolutely destroyed. It really was. But the booklet's in excellent condition. You know, it's like brand new. You know, when you open it and it hardly opens because it's so new. It's like no one's ever opened it. Oasis, Be Here Now on CD. Like I said, I think this cost me £2, something like that. Somebody must have been having a bit of a purge and giving all their stuff to the charity shops. Get yourself down to your charity shops. If you're against charity shops for whatever reason, I always think it's, you know, I'm into music recycling. I always have been. Helping to help the environment. Rescuing records that are caught in the charity shops. Next up, Offspring. This is their Americana album. This is the one that has Pretty Fly for a White Guy and Get a Job on it. I didn't change the case on this because it's got a nice original hype sticker on. It's got a little crack on the case, but I reckon I can live with that. Again, another nice original on the Columbia label. This was also £2. Next up, another Offspring album, was in the same shop with that one, so I thought I'd pick this up as well. This is from 2010, I think. I can't see it in this light. This is the Splinter album from the Offspring. I haven't heard this yet. Don't know what this album sounds like. This is on the also on the Columbia label. Nice little original. Perfect condition. Original hype sticker. Didn't have to swap the case. Not sure how much that was. It was probably £2 with the other one. Here's an album that I bought online recently. This is a kind of a replacement, but it was going for literally a song, and I've just more or less paid for the postage. This is Jim Reeves. You know I like me a bit of Jim Reeves. This is the very best of Jim Reeves. This is a 1981 RCA compilation of all his hits on there. You know, it's 60 years. This year will mark 60 years since this incredible singer passed away in a plane crash, July 1964. So in July, at some point in July, we're going to be doing a very special video about Jim Reeves. One of my favourite singers, that is no doubt about it. An absolutely gorgeous voice. Like I said, this is a replacement because my original vinyl version is pretty scuffed up, and I've got the original CD back there somewhere. And like I said, it literally went for a song, so I picked it up. Jim Reeves, the very best of Jim Reeves. Next up, this is probably the find of my recent trip to the charity shops. Picked this up on Saturday. I paid a little bit over the odds for this. Even in a charity shop, you can pay some money, you know. This is the Rolling Stones, and I am a fan of the Rolling Stones. I don't have this album, and it was nice to find an original copy of it on vinyl. This is the Black and Blue album, 1976, I think. This one, I think it's 1976. Get on with it, Darren. A lot of good songs on here. Hot Stuff, Hand of Fate, Cherry O Baby, Crazy Mama, Fool to Cry, Rolling Stones, Black and Blue. I'm not sure whether this originally should have had a picture insert. If you know if it had a picture insert, do let me know. The run out stamp indicates that it's an original pressing. Rolling Stones, beautiful condition. I actually cleaned this up with my vinyl vac and it sounds even better. Sounds like a brand new record. The sleeve's got a bit of wear on it, but all in, not too bad at all. Rolling Stones, Black and Blue. From a charity shop, I paid £14 for this, which I didn't think was too bad, and it's going to charity. Okay, next up, we're getting through them. Supergrass on CD. This is their In It For The Money album. Paid 25 pence for this just the other day from the charity shop. Nice little original on the Capitol label. Great condition. I had to swap the case because the case was totally smashed. But for 25p, what a bargain. I did tell you I got a lot of stuff. It went from 4 to, like I said, 104. Next up, this is a band called Tattoo Molly. If you've ever seen, if you go back to my videos and look at my 2001 Kiss box set video, I bought that box set from the guitarist of this band, Tattoo Molly. James, I think it's Pilling, his name. This is James just here. This is their latest album, brand new album. It's called Power. I haven't heard this yet, but I have heard the song Black Sheep, which I've played on my radio show a couple of times. Tattoo Molly, check them out online. This is a self-financed album, Power. Okay. Next up, as we enter the 21-minute phase, I've got to get on with it. Here's a band that I've talked quite a lot about, and I really love this band, and they had a bit of a sale on their website, and this is When Rivers Meet. This is their first album. They did a couple of EPs before that, before this album, but this is their first long player, signed by Adam. I think it's Adam. I'll probably get that wrong now, won't I? Yeah, sorry, not Adam, Aaron. Signed by Aaron and Grace, married couple, When Rivers Meet. This is their, like I said, this is their first album. Nice little gatefold. They had this on special offer. The thing I love about When Rivers Meet records is the vinyl is always absolutely spectacular. And their other two albums are just the same. So if you get a chance, check this band out, When Rivers Meet. Kind of bluesy, blues rock. Their latest album went to #1 in the blues album chart. And God, that's taken a while to get in. Their latest album went to #1 in the blues albums chart. Really great. Check these out. This is We Fly Free, the first album, and this is on the One Road label. Right, you'll be pleased to know this next one is the last one as we enter 23 minutes. Here's a CD. Again, I picked this up at the charity shop for 25p. I shouldn't have really paid anything for it because it's a freebie. This is a compilation which was issued on Mojo magazine back in 2004. This is called The Roots of Led Zeppelin. Really great compilation. This is basically a compilation of the influences of Led Zeppelin. And some of the songs on here are so old, it's unbelievable. But they're all sort of bluesy, rocky, you know, some original versions of songs that that Led Zeppelin did throughout their time. For example, Nobody's Fault But Mine, the original is on here. And also Babe I'm Gonna Leave You by Joan Baez is on here as well. Nice little 15-track freebie from Mojo magazine back in 2004. Led Zeppelin, The Roots of Led Zeppelin. That's it. That's all my buys for January 2024. Leave your comments and views if you've got any of these albums and you know what they're like. Let me know about it because I haven't heard all of them yet, but we'll get to it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of the other videos, and we'll see you soon for another video right here in the studio. Ta-ra, folks.